So starting with Bobby Miller, it seemed like obviously that first inning kind of took a lot of pitches, but he's able to settle in. What did you kind of see from him? Was it mistakes that allowed the Giants to kind of find ways to attack him, or what kind of stood out to you?
I thought overall he threw the ball well. I think it was the fifth inning, sixth inning that there was a walk, the leadoff walk. Certainly wasn't helpful. And then you have a guy out, and we didn't execute a pick play, and so you create a situational hitting opportunity, and I think right there it sort of got him out of his rhythm. And then we had the soft line drive from Crawford, and then I just thought at that point in time the inning started to get away from us a little bit there, and I just wanted to get him through that third time through where he was at. I thought he could give that 9-hitter, and then felt Vesia was the right guy in the sense of to try to limit the damage, keep it at 4 runs, and there was a walk there and the home run to J.D. Davis, so then it got out of hand. So yeah, we couldn't figure out Woody tonight, and then after that sixth inning, I thought pretty much the game was out of hand.
Just quickly before we were moving on to like Holtman and stuff, this is probably the first time it seems like he has struggled at this level. Is there something that you're kind of learning from him, that you're seeing from him, and how he is able to kind of react? Or
you know what? I think the line score, there were some runs obviously that were given up of his when he was out of the game. So I wouldn't really, consider it struggling. I thought there was an inning right there, that sixth inning, that the home run from Wade, it was a first pitch curveball that he put a good swing on. So again, I think the walk was part of it, got him out of his rhythm with the pick play, but it was just an inning that didn't go right. But I think if you look at the overall 90 pitches, it wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as the last one.
After the pick play and then the soft hit, it seemed like he was a little frustrated. Do you think he almost hitting the batter and the paint of the curve? Is that just not being able to settle back?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's probably the first time where there was a little kind of adversity in the sense of something didn't happen the way that we had expected to happen, and then I thought he showed a little bit of frustration. But things like that are going to happen. He's been great for us.
Overall, people are going to see 15-0. 12 and 17 for you guys in the last month. Does this feel like a point of the year where you got to try to prevent things from spiraling a little bit, and especially with kind of all the challenges you're facing on the pitching side right now?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just more of giving back to trying to find a way to win a game, and it's been hard, obviously, to build any kind of momentum, but things are going to happen as far as health, and that's part of it. But there's things that we've got to do better when things aren't going well. Little things, the execution part of things, that certainly when things aren't going well, they really show themselves.
Is there kind of a concern level that you guys have kind of been in this rut now for as long as it's gone on after?
This is a long one. This is as long as I can remember. So we're obviously trying to find solutions, and I like the idea that Tony's going to go tomorrow, and so but we've got Logan Webb, who's just as good as anybody out there. So we're going to play good baseball game. As far as level of concern, not concerned overall. It never feels good to lose, certainly over a stretch like this. We've just got to focus on playing good baseball. If we do that, it'll turn.
When you get about a bunch of new faces on this team, do you think you're going to learn something about this group of guys in the next couple of weeks, or do you think you have a pretty good idea of
I think we have a really good idea of most guys that we've seen, but there are some new faces, and they're getting some opportunities, whether it's on the position player side, and a lot of it's on the pitching side. So they're getting some runway. Yeah, I mean it's there's some talent there, But again, collectively, we just all got to be better and find a way to win games.
How surprising has Vesia's struggles been considering how we performed the last couple of years?
It's something that we're trying to dig in on, because I think if you look at the stuff as a whole, it's pretty comparable to the way it's been in the last couple of years, but certainly the results aren't. It's not from lack of compete or preparation. Alex is one of the hardest workers, but tonight, that walk, I thought was something that, we got to guard against, and the JD just didn't get up. It was in his wheelhouse, and that's happened more times than we're used to seeing. So I think that, with Alex in particular, it's an execution thing that if there's one thing I could probably poke holes in from the years past, is the execution isn't what it has been.
Looking ahead, you guys have the Freeway Series next week. What are your thoughts on the crosstown rivalry and what it's like to play in Anaheim?
Yeah. Trying to get through tomorrow. Regardless of who we're playing, we got to try to win. As far as the rivalry, I honestly don't know how they're playing right now. I know they got a lot of good players. It's always good to go there and play. There's kind of a mixed support group, Angel fans versus Dodger fans making the trek south. So it's always lively. It'll be fun. But it'll be more fun if we're playing better baseball for sure. Thanks, guys.